Hey everyone, so we're going to be looking at exactly what we were doing in the last lesson. We're evaluating functions. They're just going to be a little more complicated today. Okay, so our first example is given f of x equals x squared plus 6x minus 4. Find f of 2. So we're following the same steps that we did before. We're going to substitute our input value wherever we see an x. So remember, if we have f of 2, that just means that x is equal to 2 here. So wherever we see an x, we are going to substitute a 2, and we're going to put it in parentheses. So f of 2 is equal to, now it was originally x squared, so now this is going to be negative 2 squared. And notice how I'm using parentheses. Please make sure you use parentheses through this whole process whenever you're substituting. Plus 6, and I'll show you why. If we didn't use parentheses and I just put 2 here, it kind of looks like a 62. But remember, 6x means 6 times x. So that means 6 times 2. That's why those parentheses are super important. Minus 4. Okay, we're going to use our order of operations here. If you want, you can write PEMDAS. And I write it a little differently because it's important that we remember that multiplication and division are the same. It's whichever one comes first from left to right, as well as addition and subtraction. It's not that addition always comes first. If there's both addition and subtraction in the expression, it's whichever one comes first from left to right. Okay, so here the first thing we're going to do is we notice that we have parentheses, but there's nothing that we can do inside the parentheses. So we skip that step. So a lot of people think, oh, parentheses, I'm going to multiply first, but P stands for if you have something inside the parentheses. We have nothing inside the parentheses, so the next thing we're going to do is exponents. So I'm going to simplify this exponent here. 2 squared, that means 2 times 2, and that gives us 4. Now I'm going to bring everything else down. I'm going to just follow those steps. Okay, now I have multiplication. I want to do that multiplication. 6 times 2 is 12. And I'm going to bring everything else down. And then we're going to work from left to right, just like we said before. So we're going to add first. 4 times 12 is 16. Bring down that minus 4. And then 16 minus 4 is 12. That means f of 2 is equal to 12. Our input is 2. So that means x is 2. That means our y value would be 12. Okay, let's look at another example. Here we have given f of x equals 3x squared minus 6. Find f of negative 5. Same thing, I'm going to just put my order of operations up here because I like to check them off as I go. And our input is going to be negative 5. So that means our x value is equal to negative 5. So wherever we see an x, I'm going to put parentheses negative 5. So f of negative 5 is equal to 3 times negative 5 squared minus 6. Okay, and now let's simplify. So parentheses, there's nothing inside the parentheses that we can do. It's just a minus 5, so we're going to skip that. And we're going to go to exponents. So I'm going to tell you the number one mistake that students make is they multiply this 3 and this negative 5 first, then square it. That is wrong. That's multiplication. Multiplication comes after exponents. So you have to do the exponent first. So I'm only going to focus on this negative 5 squared first. We do that. Negative 5 times negative 5 gives us a positive 25. And I'm leaving it in parentheses and bringing that 3 down. So please do not multiply first. Do the exponent first. If you multiply first, that's the incorrect order of operations. Okay, now from here we're going to multiply. 3 times 25 gives us 75. Bring down your minus 6. 75 minus 6 gives us 69. So that means f of negative 5 is equal to 69. Our input value is negative 5. Our x value is negative 5. And our y value, our output, is 69. Okay, so whenever you're substituting, please make sure you follow the correct order of operations. Exponents always come before multiplication.